Welcome back, everybody. It's your buddy Orange Hat here to bring you Monday Night Rants number 4. Hopefully the stuff is not going to be as bad, but we will see how good the signal holds. And hey, NB Geek, how you doing?
I'm good, Orange Hat. How's my voice sound? I was a little hoarse, but
You sound good.
I took a cough drop, so hopefully I'm not sounding hoarse right now.
Well, you don't sound like a horse.
Oh, that's good.
A horse is a horse.
Oh my God, Orange Hat. What the fuck is going on with this election?
Well, the death of democracy came from the Democrats, so that's a thing.
Yeah,
Who would have thought that irony would hit? It was not on my bingo ticket.
Oh, I had that on my bingo ticket. Okay,
yeah, actually,
they put Biden on there. They put Biden. All right, I did a TikTok video where I said, "Well, Democrats, for those 14 million of you who voted for Biden, fuck you.
Yep.
Your vote didn't matter. Hollywood and the donors mattered because you know how they're trying to point out, oh, now that it's possibly Kamala Harris, which we don't know for certain, they got $50 million. Oh, wait. How much of that's from that?
They got 81 million. She actually just broke a record.
Well, how much of that was from the 90 million that were being withheld?
No idea.
With Biden still being at the top of the ticket. That's all I'm
saying.
One
of the things I want to rant about tonight is the freaking hearing that I saw many highlights of the hearing today with Kim Cheadle, folks, the head of the Secret Service.
Oh,
that bitch needs to be fucking fired. Now,
I had this argument, Orange Hat. Not only does she need to be fired, but because now that we've learned that there were members of DHS there, the director of the DHS needs to be fired. And because they were using local PD, the chief of police needs to be fired.
They should not bear any of the responsibility. It is up to the Secret Service to provide cover for a president or former president. It is not up to DHS. It is not up to the local police. The local police can come in at the behest of the Secret Service, but it should have been the Secret Service. This woman admitted that the Secret Service is a no-fail mission. She failed. And there's no accountability because she thinks she can freaking stay in office because I'm a woman. No, fuck you, bitch. It's not because you're a woman. You failed your job. You got a person killed.
Orange Hat, I got into an argument with some people and with a couple of liberals, a centrist and a little more leftist. And one of them was like, well, why is she responsible? And I'm like, no, when you are a leader in charge, okay, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but when I was in the Air Force, we had a plane that flew unauthorized nukes from one base to another.
I wouldn't really be admitting this shit on a public forum, man.
What are you talking about? You can find it online. It's not classified.
Well, as long as it's not classified, then fine. It can be said here.
Yeah, it's not classified stuff. I mean, it happened. So what happened was, and I know how nuclear surety works. So we had a couple of, that's a security breach. Getting 2 nukes on a plane, nobody noticing that, the pilot not noticing it, the maintainers not noticing it until the plane lands and the maintainers on the next one go. And like, for example, It's like you get the list, and it's like he's supposed to have sidewinders and he's got nukes. It's like,
Yeah.
why do you have nukes? The entire senior leadership was fired. The entire crew was decertified. Leadership like her has to fall on their sword because that's what leaders have to do.
Yeah.
When you have a screw up, I've been on so many security details in my life, and I have seen breaches happen. I have seen heads roll for a lot fucking shit less.
Yeah. I just feel that this one, or look, I get, folks, that when you are before Congress or a Senate oversight committee or whatever, that you're going to try to save your ass. But the American people deserve to know every facet after 10 days or 9 days of not knowing as much as we should. I'm sorry. This woman still doesn't have all the facts after 9 days. She's like, well, it's going to take 60 days. You're fired. I'm sorry. If I was the person responsible for her hiring, I would have said 60 days. Okay, you're fired. I want this shit taken care of before the week is out. I want all the fucking information.
Let me tell you something. When I saw the videos of how the security perimeter was set up and how the local PD had to use the truck and everything to break the gate, I'm like, oh my fucking God. And then when I got told the distance of the clear line of sight of the former president, I'm like,
30 yards?
Yeah, 130
feet
yards.
Or something?
Yeah, 130 yards, 60 yards, 400 feet. Listen, I'm a Marine. I'm trained.
Anybody can make that shot.
I was trained to do 200, 300, 500 yards. Now, I want to explain something to you. Not you specifically, but everybody. When we were on the 200-yard range, we did sitting, kneeling, and standing. When we were on the 300, we did sitting and kneeling. We didn't do the prone until we were 500 yards. This guy's 130 yards. I've talked to every Marine buddy of mine. Had we been in that position, we'd be talking about something different.
A 20-year. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know all the details, but one of the things I people say is Trump's life was saved because he turned his head. And yes, that may be true, but the point of the matter is this guy fucked up because he didn't hit
center mass.
Center mass.
But the thing is, would center mass have worked because doesn't Trump wear a vest?
I don't know. I don't know.
Trump wears a vest wherever he goes, except for on the golf course.
Well, I have no idea.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give that information out, folks.
Oh, yeah. And you're talking to me about OPSEC.
Yeah. But anyway, but the point is, folks, there was a congressman, can't remember his name, but he's like, I own an AR-15. I went out to the shooting just to kind of get my mind around the possibility or the range and the angle and whatnot. And I took 15 shots. And 14 of them were all lethal. The 15th was a miss that would have clipped the president's ear if I was the one up there taking the shot. The fact that this person hit the president in the face with a bullet and the fact that he's still alive is an absolute miracle. But you, ma'am, you should be fired for stonewalling a congressional oversight hearing.
Yes, I absolutely
fired. Period.
No, she should have been fired. Well, you know what? This brought up Orchat, this brought up what Trump said at the debate. He never fires anybody.
Yeah, I know. And I'm wondering if even the fucking president is currently alive. Has anybody heard from Joe Biden since he wrote his stepping down letter?
Yeah, and by the way, he wrote it. He didn't get on. Oh,
it was typed out. Yeah.
What are they going to say? He has COVID? Fuck that. He could have got on a teleprompter.
I want to know where this person is. I want to know if he's still alive. And if he's not still alive, I want to know why they are lying to us.
Well, here's the great thing. Here's what the right needs to do. Remind everyone if, and I'm not 100% sure Kamala's going to be the pick. Just remind she's tied to everything Biden did. And they're already planning that.
Well, here's the thing. I really do hope that Trump and Kamala or whatever, I don't care how you fucking say her name, folks. I don't fucking care. It has nothing to do with racism. It has everything to do with a person's personal way of pronouncing a name. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, Kamala, Kamala.
Well, actually, you could look at my name, and depending on if I'm in America, my English name is Jesse. My Spanish name would be Heste.
Yeah, whatever. Well, hey, Junebug, good to see you, man. Many politicians should start being actual leaders, Machiavellian leaders.
Huh.
No.
I don't know, man. I mean, if I'm going to say anything, the one thing I loved about Stargate Universe was Dr. Rush, because he was very Machiavellian. I always say Machiavellian. I can't pronounce it any other way.
How you doing, Kamen Rider? But the thing I'm sorry, folks. I'm hoping that they go on the debate stage, Kamala Harris and Trump, because she's gonna go. He's been doing nothing but racist and sexist attacks against me. It's like, if I was Trump, I would simply say, I don't need to do any racism or sexism toward you. I'll let the facts speak for themselves. And I'm going after your policy and your record. Your record speaks for itself. You tried murdering a man while you were DA. You were withholding evidence, exculpatory evidence, while this man was on death row. You were forced hours before this man was put to death to release it by your bosses. That is attempted murder under the second degree, according to California state law. You don't have to prove intent. Secondly, bragging about smoking weed and yet arresting all those people. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard freaking screwed her. Yeah, totally ended her campaign back in 2020. But using all of that and then using, well, here in my record of being in charge of the nation, I had a strong border policy and it was working. Her border policy, let them in until it's too much and then go down to Guatemala and beg, do not come. I'm sorry, folks, but this woman is going to run our nation further into the ground than Joe Biden ever did. It's not because she's a woman. It's not because she is a person of color or any of that. It's because she was completely unqualified. Whenever she is asked an uncomfortable question, she goes on the defensive or she freaking cackles. And I'm sorry, folks. And if I was him or if I was Trump also, I would say not only that, she is also responsible for a police officer's murder. When she put forth when she invested in a bail fund for all the people who were doing the 2020 George Floyd riots, burning down cities and stuff, violent offenders getting bailed out by people like the vice president and other people giving towards that fund. And not only that, One of the people that got bailed out because of her contributions to that fund went on to kill a cop. She was part of the defund the police movement. While it was popular, she was also part of the Jussie Smollett was lynched mob. Turned out she was wrong on that. Not only that, folks, she went to the hospital to visit a man who was shot by the police after he pulled a knife on him. And the police were there because that man had raped a woman with his fingers. So raped digitally.
You know, I love...
and she fucking calls him brave and a hero.
I love how... oh, shit.
Thoughts on Biden dropping out? If he's not healthy enough to stay in the race, he's not healthy enough to run the country. He should resign the presidency.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's not fit to stand trial. He's not fit to run another 4 years. And everybody's saying, well, we got to rally behind Kamala. I'm like, wait a minute. She was already on the ticket if he fucked up. And I got bad news for you. She ain't popular.
No, she's not. Some people are like, who the hell is Kamala Harris? You don't know who
the vice
president is?
I saw something on I saw things on Twitter. My wife and I were talking about this today. And it was like, people were like, has the Democrat Party called Kennedy Jr. yet?
They should. But then the thing is, he's kind of running with Donald Trump a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's think about this. Democrat people didn't get a primary. 14 million people who voted for him just got told, go fuck yourself. Yep. They know he got pushed out. They know he didn't bow out. He got pushed out.
Yep.
The independents.
It was a bloodless coup.
Which, by the way, I want to make a point to people. In this country, we have about 38 Democrat, 34 Republican, 35 independent. It fluctuates, but it's about that ratio. If you're an independent, okay, you've got the Republican Party and the conservatives more and more united than ever. We just saw a picture that is going to go down in the history books. And Orja, you can't say that picture won't go down the history books.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be an icon. You know, I said that guy should win a Pulitzer. Turned out he already won one. He needs to win another one.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, folks, Time Magazine fucking pulled his photo for the August release for the Time Magazine for August 5th and replaced it with a black and white photo of the empty rally. And I'm sorry, but they pulled it for the reason that they didn't want Trump to get ahead with that photo. They didn't want it helping Trump. So people, and thank God for all you patriots out there, all of you MAGA patriots and all of you patriots who are supporting the United States, who are sharing that photo, God bless you. God bless you.
You know, I said this, I'm like, if Time Magazine does not put that photo on, they are out of their mind. They're going to lose subscriptions for that. That photo should be on their cover. Yeah, and I heard about that. People saying it's like, well, yes, it's an iconic photo. Yes, it looks nice, but it might help Trump. It's like, okay, are we being political or are you being news? I mean, I watched I don't remember who the interview with Mark Zuckerberg had, but he's like, I've done something before. And I'm going to give Mark Zuckerberg respect. I believe people can grow and learn to say, okay, I was wrong. And he says he's not going to endorse anybody, but he said on a personal level, seeing Donald Trump get shot in the face, get up, put his fist in the air with the flag in the background was pretty goddamn badass. And I mean, because men want strong men.
We want leadership. Yeah. But we got news here, folks. We got news here. Representative Nancy Mace has filed a motion for the impeachment of Kim Cheadle, director of the Secret Service, and it will force a vote within the next 48 hours.
This shouldn't even have to happen.
Is it true that due to the time it takes for bullets to travel, Trump turned his head after the shooter pulled the trigger?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they're 130 yards. While it might be a few microseconds,
it is a pure miracle that this man or that Donald Trump is alive right now.
I think it was mostly due. The one thing I remember hearing in the last most recent update, Orange Chat, was that I heard about the cops being on top of the roof, but then I've gotten more information that he kind of came up on the perch. The guy turned his weapon, and then they dropped down. And
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, dude, but this is important. Trump is on a interview right now. Trump says Secret Service thought he was shot in the abdomen, wanted him taken away from the rally on a stretcher after the shooting. They thought I was hit elsewhere. I'm telling you, I'm fine. I'm gonna get up. I'm not gonna get taken out. But get this, folks. If Trump is basically saying, because I guarantee you, a stretcher would have boosted the ratings even further because it's more of a spectacle kind of show if the man had set the thing up, which I am not saying he did. And anybody who does say he set it up is a fucking moron. But yeah, he refused to be taken out on a stretcher, which would have freaking boosted his numbers even further. I guarantee you. But this man decided to be genuine in the situation.
I'm going to tell you, as someone who's been on 20 years military, plenty of security details, plenty of VIP things. I've seen security breaches happen. And I mean, this is what we call the FUBAR of epic proportion. And, he got up and he did it out of instinct because he wanted the crowd to know it's fine. He didn't know the fireman who was shielding his family passed. He was in shock, but he was like, I've got to give the people, no, I'm fine. That's what leadership looks like.
Yeah. And it is truly sad, folks, that a life did or was lost that day. And that is that is the main reason why Kim Cheadle needs to resign. She failed and a life was lost. She failed in her duty. A life was lost. 2 other lives were put in critical condition. The president was shot. She failed on 4 levels. And she is saying that, I'm still the best person qualified to head the Secret Service at this time. Fuck you, no, you're not.
Fucking shit. Listen, I have known people who have worked in the Secret Service. I've known Marines who, as I am a Marine, I've known Marines who've worked in the White House. Okay, this kind of fuck. Listen, when you're the head of the SS, it's a zero-sum fail game. Your one job is to protect the asset you are protecting. And if there is a failure on any level, especially a failure of this level, you as a leader have to fall on your sword and resign. But none of these people are leaders.
Get this. What Governor Westmore, I have no idea where he's the governor of. Donald Trump is about to find out being president of the United States is a black job. And they were all going after Donald Trump for saying the words black job. Yet now when they say it, it's perfectly all right. When he says it, he's a racist. So not only that, this guy is implying that only black people can be or should be president. How racist is that, folks? So yeah, Governor Westmore, if you are choosed for the VP pick, good on you. To be honest, I don't give a fuck what your skin color is. If you're qualified for the job, awesome. If you're not qualified for the job, you have no business applying for it.
You know, I did a TikTok on that when I saw the comments where people were like, well, what does he mean by black jobs? And then I was like, okay, do I have to white explain this to you? And I did. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. You know what? I get enough from white liberal women and black liberal women. I'm like, you know what? I'm a conservative. I'm going to give it back.
Well, get this. During Trump's first term, there was no major magazine ever put Melania Trump on the cover. You're right, no magazine did. However, a couple of tabloids put some of her older photos, which were rather inappropriate to do, on their covers, and basically were like, oh, this is your first lady. She's a slut. She's a whore. She's this. She's that. She's a nude model and whatnot. So yeah, that's how dirty the fucking press is in this, folks. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what Melania Trump did, or not Melania Trump, but Michelle Obama. She wanted to enact that school nutrition program. My food bill went up significantly because the food became so bland. I mean, seriously, I actually went there one day and ate it. And I was like, holy shit, no wonder my kids want us to make their food. So we had to make their lunches. I was like, you know, when I was in school, breakfast wasn't like this. I know we used to joke about it, but actually, school breakfast and lunch was actually pretty decent the way I grew up.
Yeah, I missed school lunches too. I mean, the pizza was the shit back then. I miss
the fish fillet.
So yeah, do you watch Cobra Kai?
Oh hell yeah! But I haven't. You know, yes, I do, and
Have you seen the latest?
I'm about 3 episodes in.
All right, then I am not going to rant about Cobra Kai, because there's something that I wanted to rant about it.
We can talk about the first couple episodes from this season.
It's the last couple episodes that I want to rant about.
Oh.
have they found, or I can't remember, in the third episode, did they find a chest that belonged to Miyagi?
Yes. That's where I've left that.
So you haven't, or they haven't investigated the contents of the chest?
No, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay, then I cannot do my rant on that. But I am hoping, however, that these showrunners who have done an amazing job with 6 or 5 great seasons will have a good explanation for the route they went with that chest. Because it's like, folks,
I have no doubt in my you know what, Orange Hat?
Mm-hmm.
Hold your rant. I would say this. Hold your rant on this season of Cobra Kai until it's fully over.
Yeah.
This has been the gold standard of how you do a franchise to bring both old and new together. I'm sure, trust that they have a reason. Don't think that, don't go down that route that they're going to go woke or anything.
No, it's nothing to do with wokeness.
Yeah, but listen, understand this. Everybody goes through, if this is what I think it is, everybody goes through a moment of darkness. It's what you come out from it. And I think these guys, and I trust them because of the 5 seasons we've seen that I've absolutely loved, that my wife has absolutely loved, that I can no longer watch Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. Whoa. What happened?
Breaking news as of 3 hours ago. Newly acquired cell phone data reveals Fannie Willis, who frequently visited Thomas from the shooter's home and work addresses, also visited the FBI office several times in Washington, D.C. Why is she found on the shooter's phone? Why is she on the shooter's phone?
Wait a minute.
Why is she visiting his house?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you talking about the shooter from
the assassination attempt? What other shooter would I be talking about?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. This is a little shocking.
But why is Fannie Willis connected to the shooter?
Oh, shit.
I want answers there, folks. I'm not saying that I am not saying what is an obvious drawn conclusion with ignorance.
Get that from? Where did you read that from?
It's from a person named Ten_Maga. TENN. Tennessee Maga, essentially. But it's 3 hours old. Holy crap, man. Now, folks, I'm not going to draw conclusions. I am not going to say that she hired him to kill Trump or anything like that. That is born of ignorance. I'm not going there. But the fact that there is a connection between this person and Fannie Willis, answers better be fucking good. The fucking answers had better be fucking good.
Orange Hat, I'm going to tell you from somebody who's done, as I said, a lot of security details for many VIPs. Everything I've seen from videos and stuff, okay, I'm going to say this right now, and I'm only going to, and I think this is how it went. I don't know if it was malice intent, but I definitely see gross negligence.
I don't know what to think right now. Like I said, this is information that's just coming out, essentially, but I want fucking answers.
Yeah, I want fucking answers too. We've been waiting a fucking week.
Over a week.
But yeah, we should have already had answers now. We just had a former president. This hasn't happened in 41 fucking years since Reagan. And then you got people like Joy Reid saying, oh, well, he gets shot and they're using it as a show of strength. And, well, Biden gets COVID. And if he's good the next few days, doesn't that mean the same and show strength? And I mean, Annika Sperry from Young Turks even said, no, it doesn't.
That's the thing about Anna Kasparian, man. As crazy as she is for her political idealism, she's going hard on the Democrats. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I will honestly, folks, there was a weird shift that happened. There's a weird shift that happened after October, or not October, but June or whenever that debate was. The media suddenly started to become a little bit more objective. Jake Tapper's going off on, or had been going off on Biden day after day. Some people or others were like, or fucking Van Jones, who was crying when Biden won back in 2020.
Van Jones,
he started saying shit that was uncomfortable. It's like, why? Or it's because that they couldn't hide it anymore. I'm not feeling sorry for any of them. It's like, you should have been being more objective during his presidency. You should have been calling this out during his campaigning.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a whistleblower from his campaign. I'm sorry, not done yet. There was a whistleblower from his campaign who said that Obama was claiming it was 1984 or whatever, and he was debating the guy that he was debating back then. And also, he was having incontinent problems during his campaign. The decline was very blatantly obvious, yet these fuckers ran him in. It's elder abuse. His corner whore of a wife, and yes, I am going to continue to say that because it is very obvious that this woman got off a plane with fucking fishnet stockings and a trench coat. I'm sorry. What freaking well-deserving and what freaking woman of status gets off of a freaking plane wearing that? Especially if they are the first lady. If Melania Trump got off Air Force One with fishnet stockings and a trench coat, they would be freaking all over her. And yet, when Jill Biden does it, she's just getting off the plane, yawn. Why does she look like she just worked 6 hours on the freaking street corner?
You know, I saw something. I couldn't put my finger on what I thought about Jill Biden until somebody did it.
Yep.
And it's like, she's like Lady Macbeth.
She doesn't want to let go. She doesn't want to let go of power.
I don't know if you read Macbeth.
I read Macbeth years ago, but I can barely remember most of it.
Yeah, but she was just horrible.
20 years ago, actually. But yeah. I mean, Jill Biden is one of the worst people in the world, especially if they are if she allowed her husband to get naked in a shower with an 8-year-old or with their 8-year-old daughter who was more than capable of bathing herself. Yeah, I had this talk
Okay,
with a friend earlier, folks.
I don't need its creepiness.
Well,
Sorry,
we're going to talk a little bit about it now.
You don't have kids. I do.
Well, put yourself in that position. Say you or say somebody that you know, like, I don't know, your father or your whoever got into a shower naked with your 8-year-old son or daughter. What would you do if you knew that happened?
Well, I kicked my father out because he was the moocher. So I've also found out that
we don't need to get into personal stuff. Using the data that I just laid out. If take away your personal element, except for your kids.
You know, it goes in the same thing like my wife said when she was like, did you see that video with Drew Barrymore and Kamala Harris? And I was like, well, yeah. She goes, she gets so close to her. My wife was like, it borders on creepiness. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you get that close to someone, and it's like, sorry, one-arm distance, please. Stay spaced.
I'm sorry, folks, but when put it this way, if I ever had kids and one of my parents or my brothers or anybody who was an adult got into a shower with my 8-year-old son or daughter and I found out about it, I'm not going to say what I would do. All I will say is I would be arrested. Because there is no force on heaven or earth or even hell that would stop me from getting to the person who just entered the shower with my child in an inappropriate manner. And from what I can find, what happened is that the FBI found that Crooks had a picture of Fannie Willis downloaded on the internet on his phone. Well, from what I understand of it, Hardwick, there was a map on that phone the data map showed that Fannie Willis went around his house. Now, if there was a picture of Fannie Willis on his phone, well, we already know that the man has a problem with politicians. I am not going to say that this man was acting on the behest of any government agency, because this man had full intent. It is my belief that this man had full intent to murder not just Donald Trump, but to also murder Joseph Biden. And if he had survived, he would have also gone after Robert F. Kennedy. He was going to become a prolific killer. He said, my premiere will be on the 13th, and then he took a shot at the president. But he had multiple pictures of different politicians. So this person hated politicians. Whether he is registered as a Republican, it does not mean shit. He gave to left-wing ideologies. He was also associated with BlackRock, which is one of the major owners of Disney. He was in one of their commercials, which was pulled by BlackRock. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm sorry, folks. There's a lot of stuff about this shooter that we should know. However, his name should not be spoken. You can put his picture up. You can call him the shooter. But his name should not be spoken. He is a piece of shit that had his brains blown out by the Secret Service, and rightfully so. He is scum. And he should not be given any real promotion.
Yeah, the problem is people are calling him a hero, a martyr. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. I mean, or Raya Chachik or Chaya Ratchik or whatever her name, lives of TikTok. Lives of TikTok. She's been on a crusade.
I know.
She's been getting people fired left and right for, or she's been going after people left and right for the stuff that they've been putting out online. Me, myself, I blocked a family member of mine who was in the military, who was a military vet. No longer. I believe she was a Marine. I cannot remember whether or not, or I believe she was either Army or Marine, one of the two. And she put on one of my comment sections in one of my posts on Facebook, yeah, I'm pissed at the man or that he missed. I blocked her. And I even put on my post on Facebook, public post, folks. If you know my name, you know, or you could find the post there. And I said, I don't care who you are, be you family or a very close friend. You put the shit in my comments, I block you. I will take a photo of it. And if I know where you work, damn right your employer's going to know.
You know, that's the thing I've said. This is, you know, when I've seen people say that, I'm like, okay, you're crossing, you're like, I'm sorry, miss. I'm like, oh, you crossed the Rubicon. And I actually know what crossing the Rubicon fucking means. It means the point of no fucking return.
Yep.
So when you are wishing this, I wouldn't wish this on Carter, Clinton, Obama, Bush.
I wouldn't even wish it on Biden.
Yeah, or on Biden.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Wish this kind of stuff, you need to look your fucking ass in a goddamn mirror and reflect on your goddamn fucking life and who you are as a person.
Yep.
Because it's sick that you would want this on one of your leaders.
Yep.
Former leaders, maybe a potential leader, but we're Americans. This is ridiculous. I gave 20 years for this. My wife gave 20 years for this. My kids suffered the whole time we were at war for this kind of shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Believe me, folks.
I'm sorry, Orange.
I know you are. I get it. Man. As for Kamen Rider, moving off of the topic, but to a different one. You think that the son of Helena Hutchins is going to hold a grudge against Alec when he gets older? I do not know how the kid will feel. I honestly do not know how the kid would feel.
Hey, Orange Hat, I'll be right back, buddy.
Yep. But yeah, I do not know how the kid will feel. I do know that he has to grow up without a mother. I do know that the person who pulled the trigger is no longer able to be tried. I know that justice wasn't done. It's truly sad because I was going to rant about this last week. It's truly sad that justice wasn't done. However, due process and a person's due process rights have to be honored. Now, if I was the judge, I would not have dismissed with prejudice. I would have said there is a good cause for dismissal. However, there's not, or according to their precedents that were set, she did find that she or that there was grounds for dismissal with prejudice or mistrial even, I would have gone, personally, if I was a judge, I would have gone with mistrial. However, the decision was made. Alec Baldwin took a life, blamed the life he took for that life being taken, and is going to have to live with that. He will not have to spend a day in jail. Hannah Gutierrez Reed is now seeking a new trial. And I'm finding a lot of shit going on in that whole I'm done reporting on it, folks. After Baldwin got away with it, it pisses me off.
You have really been in depth in this.
Mm-hmm. I was reporting on it since day one.
Yeah, I know. This should have been a slam dunk.
Well, maybe if the prosecutor had done her fucking job correctly.
My wife is, I think I told you this. My wife's like, somebody got paid off.
I agree. I think that I want the prosecutor. She's resigned now, but I want her fucking financials investigated. And if it turns out that there was money that changed hands, I want her and the person who changed the hands and the person who was responsible for that money changing hands to be arrested for trial or for felony influence.
This shouldn't have happened, man.
It shouldn't have. You're right. Is there any chance that the prosecution dropped the ball on purpose? That is my thought, Hardwick.
My wife was like, well, his reaction was genuine. I'm like, he's a fucking actor and he's a narcissist. And you cannot say he's not.
Oh, he is absolutely a narcissist. The man will not take any sort of responsibility for the life he took. He is a producer on that film. He is a producer on the film. He knowingly cut corners, safety corners, hiring an inexperienced armorer who got bitched at for improperly loading a weapon in the last job she had by the main actor of that production, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, and yet, are we talking about DEI hires?
No. I'm talking about Hannah Gutierrez Reed.
No, I mean, where is this? Because they were hired.
They wanted to save on the budget. They wanted to save on the budget, so they hired the most inexperienced people. And it's because of that and the safety regulations that were not followed, plinking or target shooting while on set and live rounds on set due to target shooting, and union crews walking off set saying, we don't feel safe here, we're done. And then later that day, a life is taken.
Yeah.
I followed this from day one, folks. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Orange Hat, how long was it from the day the union walked off set to the
hours? Hours. Yep. Hours. Absolute hours.
They filing a civil suit, at least?
The family is filing a civil suit against Alec Baldwin, yes. The sister and mother from Ukraine. They are filing a wrongful death suit. The husband filed a wrongful death suit and settled with a monetary number with Alec Baldwin, and also got a executive producer credit on the film because they finished the film. Folks,
nobody's gonna want to watch it.
I think that the husband is a piece of shit for putting a number on his wife's life, or on his wife's death rather. I think that is absolute shit.
Yeah, I could put a number. Look, I'm a married man, and I saw this thing where it's like, it asked me if I wanted to pick between these two women, and I said, I choose my wife.
Stephen Baldwin, Hardwick, sorry, but Stephen Baldwin just went nuts and made vague threats to media.
I saw that.
And made vague threats to media. Like Jesse Waters or somebody. And somebody else. Hope nothing happens to you. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Stephen Baldwin, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They're Democrats, they're elites, and
Stephen Baldwin, I do believe, is not a Democrat. I do believe he was actually more conservative leaning.
I don't know.
But the rest of them are fucking anti-2A nuts. Let's see.
You watched anything good lately?
Aside from Cobra Kai, taking a look at the X-Files. I think I'm on like season 2 or 3.
Is this your first time?
It's my first time going through it chronologically. I've seen a few episodes here and there.
I would say stop after season 5 and the movie.
Okay.
Now, look, I've thought about watching it again many times, and I'm like, the answers never get answered, but
they leave it open to interpretation.
Yeah, but in season 5, the ending, and then the movie, Fight for the Fight, or I think it was called Fight for the Fight. It really is just like an open ending. I'll look at this way like the 100. Oh, okay. So after the movie, X-Files went downhill. I mean, really.
Yes, I mean, Stephen Baldwin. I did, or if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I retweeted about it. I mean, folks, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it again. If you want to follow my stuff, freaking turn the damn bell on with your computer. That way you're not going to get your phone beeping all the time. However, there's a notification thing at the top of there's notification things like that at the top of your notifications that let you know when people like that tweet. And it's important if you want to be up to date with some of the stuff that I post. I may be giving channel information. I may be giving friggin' streaming information. I may post something that you might find interesting. And I posted not too long ago when he made the threat that maybe the FBI needs to look into Stephen Baldwin. So it's nothing personal against you, Hardwick. It's actually against a lot of people who love to say that they follow me and shit, but yet they don't take the necessary steps to follow me in a way that is beneficial to how they want to follow me. I didn't see that tweet. I've always heard Stephen Baldwin was the normal brother. Yeah, he has been. I didn't know he went off the rails. Yeah, he kind of went off the rails because he kept on sniffing too many farts in Biodome. And if you know, you know.
No, that sounds like the same tweet I saw.
But yeah, the
just
FBI one where he's like, "Hey Jesse, hi, I can't remember the other person's name. It'll be a real shame if something happens to you." And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you smoking? And where can I get some?
wouldn't it be nice?
Fuck. Democrats are fucking uniting. She got over almost 2,000 delegates. So
You're
yeah,
shitting me.
she got over 2,000 delegates.
Don't mean jack shit.
Mm,
Look, she's
they're
gonna get.
united. So it does kind of mean jack shit but the problem is the media needs to focus less on Trump and more on on her failures. And they need to go objective like they did with Biden. She has a failing record. However, the problem is that the media keeps fucking going on the whole oh, she is the first female vice president of color and shit like that. Stop focusing on the fucking identity politics. Nobody gives a shit about it. She's not black. She's a Rastafarian Indian.
I thought she was Jamaican Indian.
Jamaica, Rastafarian, isn't that the same thing?
I don't
She's
know.
She's Caribbean Indian.
There you go. There you go.
She's an Indian Caribbean. Or she's a Caribbean Indian. There you go. She ain't fucking black.
No, neither was Barack Obama.
Oh, but get this, folks. You want the fucking skinny on Kamala Harris? I'll give you the fucking skinny on Kamala Harris. I'll give you the fucking skinny shit right now. I got the fucking skinny on fucking Kamala Harris. Because you know what?
Hey, Orange Ant. Before you go on your rant, I gotta get out. It's 10 o'clock. I'm tired. I've had a few days. My dogs, it's been a full moon. My dog's been driving me nuts.
Oh shit, that's right. It is full moon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm tired as hell, and I don't want to nod off and be bobbing for cock again. So I'm gonna bow out gracefully this time, buddy.
All right, take it easy, man.
I'll talk to you later and continue with it because I know what you're talking about. Love you, man.
Take it easy. All right, so yeah, y'all want to freaking know about Kamala Harris? And I even fucking tagged her to this, folks. I even fucking tagged her to this. It's right there. Fucking VP. Here's the truth about Kamala Harris. She got 2 state commissions from a man whom she was having sexual relations, launching her political career. This is all verifiable, folks, if you look it up. She went hard on marijuana smokers while DA and then bragged about smoking it herself. She attempted to murder an innocent man on death row by withholding exculpatory evidence. She released it at the last second due to being ordered to by her superiors. She lied as VP about going to the border when she hadn't yet been to the border. She contributed to a fund to help bail out violent rioters who were burning down cities. The funding that bailed out violent rioters resulted in the release of a man who would go on to kill a cop. She visited a man who had just raped a woman in front of her child and attacked police, resulting in his shooting, calling him a hero and brave. These are all verified and easily researched. That is the person that these people are putting up for president on the Democratic ticket. I'm sorry, but a woman who slept her way to the top does not deserve to be president of the United States. Her qualifications are for shit. She has done nothing to earn. I mean, the world leaders laugh at her because she is so woefully unqualified. World leaders laugh at her. And yet, she thinks she's going to get the votes. Trump is skyrocketing in the polls. We are seeing a soft repeat of history due to Reagan being shot back in the 80s. In 81, I believe it was. March 30th. Only one state voted against him. Now, I'm not saying that Trump's going to get that. However, I am going to say that Trump's definitely going to win in a landslide victory, most likely. If Trump is smart and goes after Kamala on the policies, not on the other stuff, like her cackling shit, if he plays it smart, he will win. He doesn't have to go after her looks or her stupidity or anything. All he has to do is go after Kamala on her failures as a vice president, on the lies she told, on her failed and spectacularly dismal career. And if she pulls up January 6th, all he has to do is say, well, you and the media incited a presidential assassination attempt. Let's hope Trump wins to piss Alec off. I don't care about Alec Baldwin anymore. The man is a piece of shit. Orange, Kamala Harris's mother is Indian and her father is Jamaican. He is Anglican or Anglican, not Rastafarian. Okay, so I got that wrong. Though ironically, his first name is Donald. Nice. That's cool. But yeah, folks, I think I fucking ran it enough. Unless you guys want me to know or have any questions or want me to. Oh, thank God the fucking acolyte's done. Me and Kate are so fucking happy about that. But there's rumors going around, rumors not substantiated, that season 2 has been greenlit and they're gonna be doing the whole Plagueis thing. And I'm sorry, folks, Darth Plagueis, he's been diminished due to Weinstein's assistant. Headland, that's her name. The Chin Headland. Chinland. But yeah. Oh. It's absolutely fucking nuts, folks. So tomorrow is going to be slasher horror. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on slasher horror for the theme stream. Tuesday night is going to be the Barroom Podcast, where me and others are on Society Reviews channel. Wednesday, me and Mara are talking Mad Max 2, Road Warrior. I just got done watching that today. Interesting movie. I'll say that. It's a very interesting movie. So cool. Thursday, exclusively on X, I will be watching Last Voyage of the Demeter not watching it, but discussing it with Mara. 8:30 p.m. And on her channel, 8:30 p.m. Wednesday is the Mad Max 2. Friday is Orange Hat Uncensored late at night. So, yep. And Saturday is my day of rest. Sunday, I will be bringing it back with Ambassador from Ambassadorial Wing. He will be joining me on Sunday night for the weekly recap in place of Kate, because Kate's going to be on a plane. She's going to be going somewhere. Orange Hat, have you ever seen Shadow of the Vampire? And are you looking forward to Nosferatu? I saw the original Nosferatu. Great movie. Great silent film. Shadow of the Vampire. Isn't that the one where Alyssa Milano gets naked? Please confirm. And if the answer is yes, I have not seen that movie. And that's, yeah. Oh, it's not? Well, I may have seen it then. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to check it out if I haven't. But yeah, folks, there are There's a lot of shit going on in our country. Our country is divided due to the psychos on the left and the right. Both sides have gone nuts on the extremes. I'm not saying that everybody on both right or left are extreme. Me, I am a constitutional conservative. The Constitution is my law book. It is my, not Bible, but it is one thing that I go hard on. And, I have not, or I've seen a little bit of it, but I have not seen the full of it, Hardwick. But yeah, I think that both Republicans and Democrats are corrupt. However, Democrats are more corrupt. And I think that Donald Trump is the best thing for our country for the next 4 years. So yeah, those are my thoughts. But yep, stay tuned for tomorrow on X and on Twitter for the theme stream. 1:30 p.m., folks. I will be doing it. And then I'm going to go out. Hopefully, if it's not raining, I'm going to go out and visit family so my niece and nephew can play some soccer. But if it is raining, soccer will be canceled. So then I'll just be home and bored. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful day. And always remember to stay humble. Thank you to Hardwick, Kamen Rider, Right Kitty, and who else? Vanya. Thank you to everybody who came in and to all those who are on X, all 28 of you. Y'all are freaking awesome folks. And NB Geek as well. Thank you for joining. And so, yeah, Monday nights, 9 p.m. for now on. If you have something that you want to rant about, you can join me on here and we can rant about it. Anyway, folks, that's all for tonight. Y'all have a wonderful night. Take care and stay humble. Let's see here.
Are you done?